and gentlemen, and welcome to the Midweek War with a side episode of Grammar Slam. I am Mad Mike 4883. We are here to talk professional wrestling of a slightly lesser quality known as Impact Wrestling. With me, as always, is the guy. For some reason, he likes Impact. Don't hold that against him, though, when you vote in the Mayhemies for Patreon of the Year. It's Tonio Garza.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, I do like Impact. Who was up in ratings this week, and it's not developmental, so it has that going on for them.
It kind of seems like it sometimes. Anyway.
Hey, at least they don't have a team called American Alpha.
God damn it.
Immediately.
All right, and with us, as always, is the American Alpha himself, Eamon Paton, the voice of Inspire Pro Wrestling.
I'm the Mayhemian Alpha, which means I'm going to win the Mayhemi this year for host of the year. But maybe I won't, because apparently there's no nouns in there.
No, actually, Mayhemi is a noun itself.
Mayhemian?
Mayhemi is a noun.
But I said, whatever. Let's talk about this shit show.
Oh, man. It's going to be a long show.
I love it. All right, we're here to talk about Impact Pro Wrestling. Impact Wrestling.
Impact Pro Wrestling is a company in New Zealand.
That's fair.
They're much better than TNA.
We're here talking about TNA. All right, we're gonna start the way we do this. My one word for Impact this week is fuck. Garza, what's your one word?
Perfection.
Motherfucker. Eamon, what's your one word this week?
Yep. But it's in that vocal, like, as if to say, like, yep, knew that was gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We should have made our one word again this week.
Huh?
All right. So my good for this week. I'm gonna start off positive, as we always try to do with Impact Wrestling. There's good, there's bad, and then there's the ugly, of course. But my good this week is Tyrus on the microphone.
Son of a bitch! It's my one good.
Yes, nailed it.
That was a great promo.
Sniped
I
it.
like Tyrus. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy comes out and cuts a promo how this night's all about Matt. Jeff Hardy opens the show. And then Matt Hardy comes out and says, "Hey guys, I'm totally not going to turn heel tonight." And Tyrus comes out and shuts both those motherfuckers down. Like, Brodus Clay never got that much play on the microphone when he was in WWE. And Tyrus hadn't even gotten that much to do in TNA, but this promo was fucking good.
Yeah, where did this come from? This was amazing.
I don't know, but I think whatever he found that he was channeling in, he needs to use that more when he goes for his TNA title shot. Oh, wait.
He still has it.
Still has it.
Yeah, he still has it.
Sure he does.
Unless they forgot.
Yeah, which they might have. But but Tyrus, the promo was fantastic. It was probably my favorite part of the show this week.
Yeah.
All right, Garza, what was your good this week?
Well, my good this week is actually just a combination of little things that happened throughout the show. I think the double turn was nicely crafted. Starting with the small dissension, or not dissension, just Matt Hardy like playing out Jeff Hardy, so he was gonna be off the show. All the facials that Tyrus did towards EC3 during the show, and I just thought it was nicely crafted. So at the end, we had the match, and even Josh was trying to play it out like, "Hey, Matt Hardy, like, you're kind of being a dick tonight." And at the end, like, I was really, really excited to see when EC3 was like all bloody and getting up, just trying to defend his title. I thought it was a really, really nicely crafted double turn.
All right. while I'll say the EC3 face turn was very well done, Matt Hardy didn't turn heel to me because Matt Hardy has been a dick. Like when he was a face too.
Yeah, that's the hard part about it.
No, see, it's not a double turn to me. It's just a turn for EC3 because Matt Hardy hasn't changed his character really. Has he? Like
Yes.
I don't think he has. Because this is the guy that used his brother as a referee to win the world title in the first place and never owned up to it. A face would do that. Matt Hardy said he was the proudest of his world title win when any face champion who would say that is a horrible dogshit face.
But
Like that's the one thing that always bothered me about this.
Well, spoiler alert, it was poorly planned. It was it was nice for what it was, but it was, it's not how we got, I can't even speak. It's not the fact that we got there, it's how we got there. You know what I mean? Like, in this match, without context, it's cool. But with the context of the last few months, that's the issue.
Because it makes the world title tournament worthless. It makes the finals worthless. It makes all the cool stuff we saw last week having to do with EC3. It kind of nullifies all of that too because now he's not the champion.
that's okay.
Is it?
Yeah. Because I mean, now we're gonna see a new face of EC3. Like we're gonna see the baby face chasing the champion.
I don't think we are.
I'm interested if we are. I'm interested because I don't know how babyface EC3 works. You know what I mean? Like
He's burned a lot of bridges.
yeah, and he's kind of made to be a heel. Like we love him, obviously, but that's because we're smart enough to know that hey, this guy's being really funny. But I don't know how he works in a context where he is supposed to be the face. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah,
the
but
thing is, he's not going to be a more over face than Jeff Hardy. He's not. He's automatically now the number 2 face in the company, number 3 if you count Kurt Angle.
I was gonna say he'll be number 1 when UK rolled around.
Well, yeah, but he was the number 1 face when UK rolled around anyway.
Well, you know what but yeah. My good for this week, since you took mine on Tyrus's promo, I'm gonna do another thing about Tyrus, and it's another thing I did not notice about Tyrus until watching this week's episode. His singlet. I don't know if you noticed it either, but on the front of it, it just says, "I'm a glorious unicorn."
No, I didn't notice it at all, Eamon.
That's literally what it says. I don't know why it says that, but it says that.
I'm okay with it.
I saw that. I'm like, it makes no sense whatsoever, but I'm fine with it.
He's the unsung 4th member of the New Day.
Yeah. But
So Garza, did we do your good? We did your good, right?
Yeah.
All right. So my bad for this week. Let's just get into it. The main event. We talked about it a little bit already, but there are so many other ways of doing this without wasting anyone's time. Like, you could have done this in the finals of the tournament.
Yeah.
And it honestly would have made Matt more of a heel because, like, in the promos to the tournament, he was saying how he wanted to do this the right way and everything and all that stuff. And for him to be flat out lying in all those promos about the tournament and then to have Tyrus cost EC3 the match, that's a better story.
Not really. I'm sorry,
No.
but no. No, I'm sorry, but no.
No, I think that's a better story.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know
I
if it's a
completely
better.
disagree.
I don't know if it's a better story, but it saves the world title tournament. I'm sorry. Like, I agree with Mike in the sense that this kills that tournament for the fact that the champion lost 2 weeks after. The winner of the tournament lost 2 weeks after to the guy who was the runner-up. It kills the 3 months or whatever they spent with that tournament.
Yeah, but I mean, a Matt Hardy heel turn during the tournament, it's not. There's no build to it because he was winning all his matches, and I mean, the fun thing about this match was that Matt Hardy was pushed into a corner, uh, which forced him to put not only the career on the line, forced him to start like listening to Reddy Sky, like go and talk to Tyrus, like that's the build to the Hardy heel turn.
But you could have
Like,
done that anyway. You could have done that in the course of one night.
I kind of agree with Tony on that. But again, just going back to it, like, if it were me, I would have fixed this stuff at Bound for Glory. Like, I wouldn't have done what you did at Bound for Glory. Like, it's just a domino effect of,
Bad
of
decision.
all this stuff. Like, it's cool what you kind of got to, but at the end of the day, you spent 4 months, like, just doing everything, doing all this stuff to get to this point. It's not worth the trip. It's not worth everything to get to that point.
It's like when you go cross country and you find out Wally World's closed. That's what it is. It's like, okay, we're here, this is what we want to do, and it's like it doesn't have the, pardon the pun, impact it should.
Yeah. You know what where they could have done this whole Matt Hardy gets frustrated with himself not being able to win before Bound for Glory, when he was losing to EC3 constantly.
Yep. And not only does Matt Hardy not get the rub from being a guy to pin EC3,
he didn't
guess
pin
what?
history.
He didn't.
Exactly.
EC3 is still unpinned.
Yeah.
Unpinned. Like,
That's admitted.
I'm sorry, when EC3 loses that streak, it needs to mean something. It needs to heal Matt Hardy. Like, when Austin turned heel, there was no setup for it at all. Like, I need to do this. I need to, like, that was the build. Matt Hardy was saying the same exact thing in the build-up in the tournament. He was saying he needs to walk out champion. He needs to right the wrongs, and he should have beaten EC3, pinned him in the center of the ring. Instead of shenanigans and a last man standing match. That was, I mean, it was just a bad decision. I don't mind the direction. I don't mind heel Matt Hardy. He's annoying as fuck, which is fine for a heel. Face EC3, we'll see how that goes. I don't have high hopes for it, but
why not?
What does Tyrus do with his title shot now?
He can get it later.
But he's...
And you know what? If Matt Hardy had pinned EC3 at the tournament, you'd be like blowing your gasket because they gave the pin to Matt Hardy.
No, I expected Matt Hardy to win anyway. I wanted EC3 to win. I expected Matt Hardy to win. I outwardly expected Matt Hardy to win. In the fucking bracket that they had out for TNA, I put Matt Hardy's going to win. I outwardly expected him to. I didn't want to see it. But
keep in mind, though, Tony, we were also very upset even when EC3 won, because it just goes to the fact of, like, what's the point of him beating Matt Hardy in the finals of a 3-month-long tournament to vacate the belt? You know what I mean? Like,
it built up to Matt Hardy being, like, cornered.
I think you're giving away.
Matt Hardy cornered himself.
Yeah, he cornered himself.
He cornered himself by putting his own career on the line. It wasn't something EC3 demanded.
But he lost.
But not even the career thing. Like, he cornered himself vacating the title in the first place.
Yeah. Like, he didn't have to vacate the title.
It's again, just to reiterate, what resulted from the match was cool and interesting, but the point in which we got to there was not worth it. It's not worth 5 months of doing all that screwiness. Like there are other. I fully think that there are other ways to achieve what we had in that match, and I think you could have achieved it before or even during Bound for Glory if you had EC3 versus Matt Hardy 1-on-1, and the story was EC3 kept beating Matt Hardy, and which because he did, he kept beating him clean in
He
title
beat
matches.
him in Full Metal Mayhem in Matt
Okay.
Hardy's own match.
And
Okay, so fair enough. I mean,
so instead of
build-up
doing
was-
that,
the build-up was
there,
bad,
they,
but the main event's still good. But now we're
It-
reviewing things that happened almost a year ago, or half
No,
a year ago.
I understand that, and I agree that the main event was good. But
The
again,
the match content has never been an issue in TNA. When I say I didn't like the finish, it means I don't like how we got there. The match quality is never an issue. It's TNA. They have very talented athletes. Match
again,
quality is never a problem.
The booking of the match was good. We're
I
reviewing
If I
something
think the story
Bound for
behind
Glory.
If I think the story behind the match is stupid, it doesn't matter if it's the best worked match I've ever seen in my life. I'm still going to look at it negatively because I think it's a stupid idea how we got there.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
No, and that's why I don't get into Ring of Honor as much because, yeah, great in-ring action. Where's the story? You
Fair
know,
enough.
it's like watching a Michael Bay movie.
No, they suck.
Lots of
So-
explosions. If there's no story, it's just lots of explosions. Garza, what was your bad this week? Besides our reactions to this match.
Yeah, you already kind of killed my mood. I'm gonna give my bad. I'm gonna give my bad to the knockouts again. No, I can't even say the match content was good because it wasn't. Yeah, just the knockouts altogether.
What?
I do not know where this is going. To be
I don't see
completely
that-
honest.
I don't think
I
they know
know-
where it's going either.
I noted it in my notes. I said, if this feud is to continue, what's the point of Gail winning?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, this has made Kong look the weakest she's ever looked since the Bellas made her cry. I'm serious. Like, I do not understand pairing Kong with the Dollhouse.
It's not even pairing her with the dollhouse. It's just the case of, like, Jade accidentally sentoned on her, and then Gail pinned her, and that was it. Like, that's how Kong gets beaten?
Mhm.
Really? When she had 4 people, to help her out? Or, 3 people to help her out? Like,
Like,
it doesn't make any sense.
it doesn't.
I would have, honestly, say whatever, I would have had Kong win the title.
At least that's a story. That's something like, oh no, how is Gail going to overcome the Dollhouse? And you can have Gail run like a Dollhouse gauntlet.
And it makes the
That'd be fun.
dollhouse get taken seriously.
Yeah,
You know
like
what I
when
mean?
Randy Orton had to fight CM Punk when CM Punk was in charge of the New Nexus. If Orton beat all the members of the New Nexus, they couldn't be ringside. You can exactly rip that off, and that would be really cool because then you'd get 4 decent matches, and you'd get a better story out of it.
It's just, where do you go from here? Have another Gail Kong match?
There's no other heels unless like there's gonna be dissension and we have Gail versus Jade, but we've already seen Gail beat Jade very easily.
Yeah.
Well,
I will say, I like that they're giving Jade a bit more. I think I said this last week. I like that they're giving Jade a bit more. But again, like, it's just...
But if
I
she
don't know.
breaks away, she's the face.
That's a good point. See, yeah, I mean, you're right on that. Like, I don't know. I just don't think they have a plan.
It doesn't come off like they have a plan.
Well, you did mention that they're bringing more knockouts, so maybe there's going to be something there.
I hope so because as of right now, the roster they have, their knockouts roster is so thin, even though it's not. Like it's just
Like, it's... Yeah, there was, like, what, 8 girls involved in that segment? But
Yeah.
based off of how they're all configured, like...
It's because half of it is a faction.
There's
Half their
literally
division
4
is
that
one
are-
faction.
And
Yeah.
and then the rest are in another faction.
Yeah, it's kind of like when the NWO was in WCW and the NWO had 30 plus guys. Like that's half your roster.
Yeah.
You can't have an effective any kind of feuds if half your roster is tied up in one stable.
Gail's really the only one that, for the most part, is on her own. Like, she teamed with the Beautiful People or whatever, but like,
And that's
she's
only
not.
because Angelina is pregnant.
Yeah, but it's not like she's in the Beautiful People, but she's the only one that's like is her own character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alrighty, Eamon, what was your bad this week?
Um, because I have a bunch of notes, but I'll get to the one that kind of stuck out for me as a bad. Eli Drake and Jesse Godderz. I noted here, God, Eli and Jesse both need serious work on their mic. Like, desperate need of work on the
Eli
mic.
is growing on me.
Really?
A little bit. I don't like his pronunciation and some of the things he says, but he has an essence to him. Like, he has something that makes me want to watch him,
That's
even
fair.
if I don't necessarily like what he's saying.
Eli, again, for me, Eli, it's the pronunciation thing. Jesse does not sound like he's cutting promos. He just sounds like he's just randomly talking. You know what I mean?
He's
doesn't-
reciting.
He's not even reciting. He just is just saying stuff. Like, he doesn't have a conviction of like he's a character. You know what I mean? He's just.
I think that's because he wants to be a face.
But,
No, I mean that legit, because
But
when he was
even
in the
I've seen-
bromance, when
I've
he was in the
even seen-
bromance, he was great.
but I've even seen faces that know how to cut a promo with a certain voice about them to where it still comes off as though they're cutting a promo. You know what I mean? Like, Jesse's just like saying stuff. Like, he's just saying things to fill time until Beer Money interrupts him. Like, it was mind-numbingly bad to me. That's my one bad. I'll run if you want. I can run through a few more of my notes. I don't have
Okay,
many.
well, we can hit him after the change because we might talk about some stuff in our changes.
That's fair.
My change this week, I would have picked a different opponent for Kurt Angle. I don't care about Kurt is just picking old WWE guys.
No.
He is.
Yes, but you can't use that as an argument. I mean, because they're
You
just
absolutely can. I want to see Kurt wrestle someone different. I don't like him, but I want to see Kurt wrestle Davey Richards.
Yeah.
I want to see Kurt wrestle DJZ. I want to see Kurt.
As much as
I want to see Kurt wrestle Tigre Uno. Fuck, that would be good.
Yeah, that's okay, but I mean, it's not
But that doesn't
he's
make any
picking
sense.
WWE.
It doesn't make any sense context-wise. I'm just gonna say that.
No, but
like, if
this
Kurt
is
Angle,
Kurt-
like the multiple-time world champion, was like, I'm gonna wrestle this guy that not even TNA cares about. Like,
But you know what?
Sorry.
That's exactly what it should be. That's what it should be. This shouldn't be Kurt going like, let's see, who have I known for a really long time in WWE? I'll find him one more time before I leave.
I don't think he ever knew.
It should be first time ever matches.
But here's the thing. I don't think.
That's the reason I liked Angle versus Galloway. Kurt should be trying to be like, let's see, we have the best roster in professional wrestling. And I want my farewell tour to be a bucket list of guys I've never had a one-on-one match with.
But here's the thing. I don't think he's ever had a one-on-one match with Lashley.
Yes, he has. He's had many.
Has he?
Yeah.
Lashley referenced it in their fucking promo. Angle
so
beat
that-
Lashley.
Sorry,
Angle beat Lashley for the TNA title last year.
You're right, actually, yeah. Sorry,
Like-
I zoned out on the promo.
Yeah, like I don't blame you. It's Lashley.
I assume
Lashley
he's never-
speaking. I don't blame you on that. But like, I want Kurt to wrestle guys he hasn't wrestled before. Like, I think that should be the whole point of this farewell tour. It should be a bucket list of Kurt Angle matches. Like, guys we want to see. Like, Kurt Angle versus either of the Wolves. Both of them, like, one then the other. Especially since Davey's stealing his finish. That could be a story. That could be something. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I want something. I want this to mean something, and right now it just does not.
Going back to last week's now, like, I feel that if we're gonna do it, you can have the match with Lashley, but I think the whole tour or whatever should have ended with Galloway and should put Galloway over.
Yeah,
That's
that's another way to do it too.
You know what I mean? You can have the match with Lashley, that's fine, but like, it just needs to put someone over in the end. And I'm sorry, like they're not going to put over Davey Richards or Eddie Edwards or as much as we love them, DJZ or, like
But you can do Tigre Uno.
they're not going to do that though. They don't give a sorry, they don't give a shit about the X Division. They don't. Have they had a legitimate X Division match since being on Pop?
Oh no, and actually,
And that
that's
six-man tag does not count.
That's
They're not
another
even
thing
in-
I wanted to mention too.
They're not even in the Fist of Fire anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Does it even exist anymore? Like, legitimately. Like, I know Mandrews is there and DJZ and T. Gray now. That's it.
Oh,
and they're
Shane
not
Helms.
even featured on the TV show.
And Shane Helms. Don't forget Shane Helms.
Fuck Shane Helms.
Well, Andrew Everett and Trevor Lee are supposed to be there too.
So, yeah. But they're seriously, they've been on Pop for how many weeks now? No feature on the X Division.
There's been no X Division title match at all, or even a number one contendership or anything.
And I'm
like that.
saying that's the closest thing is that six-man tag, and it doesn't count.
And let's put it this way: if there was one, we clearly didn't remember it. Because part of me thinks in the back of my head there might have been a Tigre Uno DJZ match.
No.
The last time they wrestled since the move to
They're
Pop
in-
was the one night only pay-per-view.
Yeah, they were.
Okay, that was the pay-per-view. Okay, I knew I had seen that match somewhere, but okay, but yeah,
Again, they don't care about those guys.
I know, but I want this Kurt Angle tour to mean something. Like right now, it doesn't. I don't care. Yeah, but
That's it. That's what it
then
means.
then just fucking leave. If you're not gonna put anyone over on your way out, what's the point of doing
Well, we don't know that.
it? Lashley doesn't need it.
I know that, and that I said last week that it should have been Galway, but we don't know what other matches he's gonna have.
I thought I saw a tweet from Dixie saying that Angle versus Lashley's the last one. So if your
think there's gonna
farewell
be another
tour
one.
is 2 matches and 1 tag,
In that case, you
too
have
much of a
it.
tour.
Yeah, in that case, you're gonna get lucky and he's gone soon.
Yeah, whatever. See you
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And he'll lose to Lashley too because Lashley needs the rub.
Yeah.
Fuck Kurt Angle. Anyway,
Whatever.
Garza.
At least we have the American Alpha.
No, he's the American
See-
hero.
See, the American Alpha Kurt Angle makes sense because
Oh, shut up! Shut up!
I want to fuck with Eamon. All right, Garza, what will be your change this week?
My change is this is hard. I guess my change would go to. Okay, yeah, my change. I think that the American Wolves got taken out quite easily by Abyss and Joker Steve. I mean, Crazy Steve.
I was wondering what your lower third. I completely forgot about that segment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious and open to the idea of a crazier Steve and Abyss because neither guy has anything left to do. So
Dark Crazy Steve is what they needed to do because regular Crazy Steve was not working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, it wasn't.
So I mean, I'm open to see how it goes, and I'm all for a new tag team because we need tag teams.
Again, yeah.
yeah.
But
I hope there's an explanation to it.
I don't
We're
care.
gonna get one, but I hope there's one.
I hope so too. I've read a bit of the spoilers, obviously, and I'm not going to spoil stuff,
Okay.
as I mentioned before. I like the way they're going with it. I'll say that, I guess, because there's more stuff to come, and I'm excited. I'll just say that.
Okay.
Yeah, and so my change, I guess, just would have been don't take them out so easily. I know it's Abyss and he's supposed to be a monster, but or take just one guy out or something. But
Well, I mean, it helps that they really kind of sneak attack them.
yeah, I guess, and
It does.
maybe have
Anyone
chance.
can be taken out on a sneak attack.
Yeah.
All right.
May have chance.
All right, Eamon, what will be your change this week?
My change for this week, we mentioned in our good, like how great the Tyrus promo was and all that stuff. I didn't get the Hardy Tyrus match. Mainly from like I get it in the sense that it was supposed to injure Hardy to take him out of the picture. That makes sense. I don't, but Hardy still came out on top,
Yeah, but
which
I,
pissed me off.
no, I think the whole point of that was for like I think the story is that Matt sent Tyrus after Jeff.
No, I get that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, but that's the whole point.
But-
It doesn't
but
matter.
I don't-
It doesn't matter if Tyrus won the match.
I don't get it from a creative standpoint, but not even won the match. Hardy like got some stuff on Tyrus afterwards, didn't he? If I'm not mistaken.
No,
Yeah.
no. I thought Tyrus just left him laying.
No, they went to the DQ and then I think something
Like
else
something
happened.
happened after the DQ, where like
Yeah.
Hardy kind of came out on top in a sense. You know what I mean?
Oh, all right. I don't
At
remember
least
that.
from what I remember. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't
I
understand.
mean, you did blank out during an entire last.
Maybe I'm just whatever. But from what I remember of it, that didn't make any sense to me. Especially if Tyrus, who delivered that amazing promo, and you're building him up as the guy that's going to turn and be Matt Hardy's bodyguard. Why not have him come out? I get him being DQ'd, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just.
Or have
actually-
him actually like completely take out Hardy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, they still kind of have. I understand why they didn't like just do a stretcher job because you still kind of wanted that segment with Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy like go to the hospital to like take off.
Jeff, Beth's been texting me all day.
Yeah.
Really, Remy? Has she?
So I kind of understand it, but I agree. I would have just gone with Tyrus injuring Jeff and just taking off.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I put it on. I put it on now just to double check, and yeah, Jeff did get a twist of fate in after that. even though he
Exactly.
was
Like,
supposed to
what's
be
the point of that?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because I thought I remembered it a different way, but I must have just been hoping in my head. But yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Tyrus cuts this great promo, and he's supposed to be built as like the big bodyguard guy, but you have him get hit with the twist of fate at the end, literally for no reason.
Hmm. And Pope called it a stunner, which was nice.
Just to run through some more of my notes. I noted Josh doesn't know what titles are at stake at Feast or Fired. He said that the X Division title was one of them, but it's not.
Of course, I have it.
To be fair, Josh should be right in that instance because what the fuck is the King of the Mountain title?
Okay, so from what I can tell, it's a belt that can be defended in regular matches, but every once in a while they'll do a King of the Mountain match.
Yeah, if you're the King of the Mountain, doesn't that mean you're the champion?
Depends on what mountain.
Good point.
Well played. Well played.
The only other things I noted from the one was from the Knockouts match, I just said that the awkward botch where like Gail had the pin, but like Kong didn't kick out because Jay didn't get on the apron soon enough.
Mhm.
That was fucking terrible.
Do we have the list of the people that are in the Feast or Fired match?
I can probably name them.
Because I looked at that list for a long time,
Okay.
and unless EC3 is joining that match, I don't see anyone I want having a world title shot.
Well, actually, there's a few.
I mean, you have Galloway.
You have Galloway. There's someone else in there that's like heavyweight title potential.
There's only one person that I see getting fired though, and that is Juan Grado.
I hope it's Aiden O'Shea.
Well, I was gonna say it's probably gonna be Aiden O'Shea.
But yeah, I think Rockstar Spud's in there. Bram, Eric Young.
Oh, I forgot Spud was in there.
Eric Young's another one.
But
that's
getting the world
probably-
title shot, that's officially what I want.
Wait, okay, that actually doesn't make any sense. Eric Young's in the Feast or Fire match, so what if he wins the King of the Mountain briefcase?
Well, then he's. Well, then Eric Young is going to fight himself.
Okay,
Which
I
I'm fine with. Whatever.
I got the list.
Okay,
the list
that's
is
good.
it's Bobby Roode, Robbie E, Aiden O'Shea, Eric Young, Bram, Jesse Goddard, Chris Melendez, Rockstar Spud, Drew Galloway, Eli Drake, Grado, and James Storm.
Fuck, they brought back Chris Melendez.
Yeah.
I'm changing my fired pick.
Oh,
No, I'm sorry.
I haven't seen him wrestle long enough to see if he's bad or not.
You
Also,
mean-
okay,
Trust me, he's not well.
Also, this pretty much confirms. I love that two names aren't in there. One, Mr. Anderson. Huh? He's not in the match. And Mahabali Shira. I'm pretty sure Shira's done with TNA.
Yeah, that's what I'm like starting to think because I haven't heard anything of
They
him.
took him off of the pay-per-view
Yeah,
very weirdly, and now he's not.
I think this whole thing was they wanted him to win the world title in India, and then when that Indian tour got canceled, they're like, oh,
Screw you.
I guess we don't need you anymore.
yeah. The weird thing is that they're still supposed to have an India tour because of some kind of like negotiations. Like they just can't cancel it. So no, they can't cancel it. They're supposed to postpone it because otherwise it can get sued. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen there.
Indefinite postponement.
And then the only last note I had was from the main event and just said Josh's voice kept changing during the main event. Like it was weird. Like it was.
His voice was changing the entire show because if you listen, all the ones where it sounds like he's in a wind tunnel, he was promoting that easiest game show ever.
Game show ever, yeah. But also like during the main event, especially, there's one point where it was just like literally one after. You could tell it was two different tracks, and it was just one after the other, after the other, after the other. Like it was. I talked about Ring of Honor sound problems, like TNA's.
Yeah. This was going on since last week, and you can tell that at some points of the show he's losing his voice.
But also, there's nothing that he said that was really anything that really needed to be posted. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
like,
but
if you lose your voice and you get a little gravelly, like I get it. But
that's what I'm hearing because Pope sounds the same to me. It's just Josh who changes.
Yeah, it's because they don't bring Pope in for ads.
Oh yeah, for us. But I mean, for some spots, like spot calling, he did sound like he was losing his voice.
Mm-hmm. It's just I don't. It's weird. Like it's very weird how they did it. But yeah, that's all my notes.
Okay. So where do you guys rank Impact this week?
Oh, can I also note one last segment?
Yeah, sure.
That we can talk about. I'm assuming we saw the first appearance of Raquel as she tried to have sex with Lashley backstage.
I guess.
I was trying to avoid that segment.
She literally does not look like the girl from Tough Enough.
No, that's one thing that she may not be Raquel.
But didn't she say something about pain being pleasure? I think it was the same thing that was said in the promo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So, are they doing a 50 Shades of Lashley?
Hopefully. That'd be sexy. Then you bring back Crystal.
Can't wait for the Raquel Crystal Marshall feud. That'll be amazing.
Oh, yes. Hashtag Divas Revolution. All right. Garza, where'd you rank Impact this week? We know where you fucking put it.
Yeah. Because I really, really like that double turn, so it's number one for me.
Okay. I mean, we had problems with it, but it was a very well wrestled show. I will say that. Except for the knockouts match, obviously. But, yeah, I mean, Eamon, how about you? Where'd you rank it this week?
It's my number 3. While I liked the main event, I felt that none of the rest of the stuff on the show really was good enough for me to enjoy it. Like I said, didn't like the knockouts match. Didn't like Hardy Tyrus, even though I liked Tyrus going into the match. Didn't really love Beer Money versus Jesse and Eli. Yeah.
Come on, Pepper Parks versus Mike Bennett.
I like Pepper Parks, and I like Mike Bennett. It's just, I don't know, it just wasn't...
He doesn't have direction yet.
Yeah.
Impact is number 2 for me, kind of by default, because they don't have Steve Corino on commentary. Yeah, I mean, the main event was a good main event. Like, Matt Hardy and EC3 worked their asses off. It's all the creative stuff that I have issues with, and that's not the fault of Matt Hardy and EC3 unless they're the ones fucking writing it, and somehow I don't think that's the case. But yeah, so Garza, where can the people find you on the internet?
You can find me at DW Revolution for Twitter. So you can find me at DWrestlingRevolution.com. And you can go to Patreon and sign up and look up Wrestling Mayhem Show and support the group, support podcasting.
And if you become a Patreon this time next year, you'll be nominated for a Mayhemmy. And let me
Yes,
tell you something. If you win a Mayhemi, you get to park in handicap parking spots. I don't
really?
like to advertise that. Yes, you absolutely do. Um, I wouldn't mention that to police because they tend to frown on that reason. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Do not do that. Anyone who's won a Mayhemi
But
is a joke.
even if you don't have a car, around this time next year, we have this thing called Mayhem Mania, and
I was
you
just
will.
saying, can you win a car?
A new car!
Yeah,
Da, 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 da. We're
I was
actually
hoping for
going
the
to
car.
hotwire DJ Lunchbox's the soapbox racer he uses to get around Pittsburgh, and we're going to send it to you.
Awesome, awesome. I'll take it.
Eamon, where can the people of the internet find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Eamon2 please, and they can also find Inspire Pro Wrestling on Twitter at Inspire Pro Res, #American Alpha.
You really just hashtag American Alpha. Son of a bitch. Alright, you can find me at MadMike4883 on the Twitter machine. You can also find me doing the Total Divas wrap up with Jen Carlins, which is returned. And if you want to hear more about Lucha Underground Season 2, which will be coming back next week, right here on this very program, go to WrestlingManShow.com. Check out last week's episode with El Hijo de Cuerto, Krista Joseph, the co-executive producer of Lucha Underground, and you can hear he participated in Mayhem Mania this year, and damn it if he didn't book a really good match. But so for Antonio Garza, for Eamon Paton, I'm Mad Mike in the Spin, the Midweek War.